Does following Ford's maintenance schedule protect your 2.7-liter EcoBoost? I want to tell you about a 2022 F-150 that answers that question in the worst way possible. The owner, a man named James, documented by the teardown channel I Do Cars earlier this month, had done everything right. He changed his oil every 6,500 to 7,500 miles. Ford's official interval is 10,000. His service records confirmed every change. The engine was cleaner inside than most trucks half its age, and it still failed catastrophically at 110,000 miles. When the shop tore the engine down, here is what they found. One piston completely destroyed, fragments scattered across the oil pan, pieces of connecting rod and piston rings mixed into the bottom end like broken glass in a jar, one turbocharger loaded with metal debris, the oil filter packed with shavings, and the culprit, once they reached the cylinder head, an exhaust valve that had overheated, weakened, and broken apart. When that valve let go, the fragments went through the combustion chamber, into the turbo, through the oil system, and finished the engine in a matter of minutes. James did nothing wrong. He maintained his truck better than Ford required. His engine destroyed itself anyway. If you own a 2.7-liter EcoBoost, what I'm about to tell you changes how you think about this truck. Because James is not the first person, he is the most recent person. And the story behind why goes back to decisions Ford made before this engine ever left the factory. The engine Ford sold you. The 2.7-liter EcoBoost is genuinely one of the better powertrain choices in the F-150 lineup. I want to be clear about that before I get into what goes wrong. In its second-generation form, 2018 and newer, it added port injection alongside direct injection to fix the carbon buildup problem that plagued the Gen 1. It has the lowest turbocharger failure rate of any turbocharged F-150 engine, 8% over 100,000 to 150,000 miles, compared to 12 to 18% on the 3.5-liter. It is the engine Ford engineers will quietly tell you they would put in their own truck if they had to pick one. The problem is that what Ford told you about maintaining it and what this engine actually needs to survive are not the same thing. The 2.5-year cover. Here is where it gets interesting, and where Ford's credibility on this engine takes a serious hit. On August 31, 2024, Ford issued Recall 2 for V635000, covering 90,736 vehicles. 2021 and 2022 F-150, Bronco, Edge, Explorer, and Lincoln models equipped with the 2.7-liter and 3.0-liter EcoBoost engines. The recall covered a specific production window, F-150s and Broncos built between May 1st and October 30th of 2021. The problem, intake valves made from an alloy called Silchrome Light, which became excessively hard and brittle if overheated during the valve grinding process at the supplier. When those valves cracked, which they did during normal driving, not because of anything the owner did, they dropped fragments into the combustion chamber, engine failure, complete loss of drive power, on a highway at speed without warning. Ford began investigating this on January 25, 2022. That is the date Ford documented internally. 22 engine failures in vehicles that had been in service for 3 months or less. 22. Ford knew about brittle valves destroying customer engines in January of 2022. The recall was issued in August of 2024. That is 2 years and 7 months between when Ford had documented proof of the problem and when they formally told customers their engines might fail while driving on the highway. And it gets worse. Ford had already switched the intake valve material in October 2021, before most customers had ever taken delivery of their trucks. The supplier was already making a safer valve, but the 90,000 trucks built before that change were on the road, and Ford waited. 811 global warranty claims filed, 267 field reports, 223 direct customer reports, all accumulated while Ford evaluated whether the number was large enough to justify a recall. James's 2022 truck is outside the specific recall window. His exhaust valve failed, not the recalled intake valve. But the question of valve durability in this engine family is not closed just because one recall was issued on one production window. Ford's remedy: when the recall finally came, Ford shops perform an engine cycle test. If the engine hasn't accumulated enough cycles to have already failed the bad valve, they run it at high RPM to make it fail in the shop rather than on the highway. If it fails the test, they replace the engine for free. If it passes, you get an extended warranty under Campaign 2.4 and 1.2. 10 years or 150,000 miles covering intake valve-related failures. That extended warranty is real protection, and you should confirm your VIN is enrolled. But the protection only exists because enough engines failed that Ford had no other option. The generation that should have been recalled. If your 2.7-liter EcoBoost was built in 2015, 2016, or early 2017, you are driving a different engine than the one Ford sells today. And the differences matter in ways that were not widely communicated to buyers at the time. The first-generation 2.7-liter used an RTV-sealed aluminum oil pan. The RTV, a silicone sealant applied during assembly, hardens with heat cycles over time, develops micro cracks, and starts leaking. Repair involves removing the oil pan, cleaning all the old RTV, applying new sealant, and reinstalling, a $600 to $900 job. The repair holds for a while, then the heat cycling starts again. Owners report doing this repair 2 and 3 times on the same engine. Ford issued TSBs acknowledging the problem. They did not recall it. Stay with me, because the oil pan is the minor issue on this generation. Trucks built between April 2016 and January 2017 had valve guide wear in the cylinder heads. This is a different problem from the 2021 to 2022 intake valve recall, and it is nastier in some ways because it is harder to see coming. The valve guides, the bushings that the intake and exhaust valve stems pass through, were wearing at an abnormal rate. Oil migrated past the worn guides and into the combustion chamber. It burned. Blue smoke from the exhaust. A quart of oil disappearing every 3,000 miles with no drip on the garage floor, no external leak, nothing to see until you notice the oil level on your dipstick. A woman named Diane in Colorado owned a 2016 F-150 with the 2.7. She started noticing blue smoke on cold starts around 68,000 miles and asked her shop about it. They told her it was probably the valve cover gaskets. A cheap fix, $200, didn't help. The next shop did a leak down test and found oil migrating past the guides on 2 cylinders. Full cylinder head replacement on both banks, $4,200 installed. If she had caught it at the valve guide stage before the seats were damaged, $800 to $1,400. Diane had no idea her specific build window, April 2016 to January 2017, was the problematic one. She had no reason to know. Ford didn't tell her. The maintenance lie. James's engine failed at 110,000 miles, despite oil changes every 6,500 to 7,500 miles. Ford says 10,000 miles is acceptable under normal conditions. Most people who own a 2.7-liter EcoBoost and follow Ford's recommendation are running a turbocharged engine on an interval that was designed to look good on an EPA cost of ownership calculation, not to protect the components that fail when oil degrades. This is where most people get it completely wrong. Your turbos spin at 150,000 to 200,000 revolutions per minute under boost, and a single turbo replacement on a 2.7-liter runs $1,800 to $2,500. Both sides, $3,500 to $4,500. The bearings inside those turbos are lubricated by engine oil flowing continuously through them. That oil carries heat, carries microscopic debris, and degrades under the extreme temperatures that turbochargers generate. By 7,000 to 8,000 miles on a turbocharged engine that is doing real work, towing, hauling, running in heat, the oil's viscosity and additive package are meaningfully degraded, even if your oil life monitor hasn't noticed. James was changing his oil at 6,500 to 7,500 miles, and his engine still failed. That failure was likely a valve issue, not an oil issue. The teardown showed healthy bearings, meaning oil starvation wasn't the cause. But the owners running 9,000 and 10,000 mile intervals on a 2.7-liter that is towing a boat every weekend are setting up a different version of the same failure over a longer timeline. Not because the engine is bad, because the interval was written for a different purpose than engine protection. 5,000 miles maximum on a 2.7-liter that is doing real work. Full synthetic, Ford's WSS-M 2C946-B1 spec, Motorcraft 5W30 or a qualifying equivalent. That is the interval the engine actually needs, not the number on Ford's marketing sheet. What to do right now, but don't stop there, because the action items here are specific enough that I want to walk through them by year. If you own a 2021 or 2022 F-150 with the 2.7-liter, your first move is the VIN check, at nhtsa.gov. Recall 24V635000. If your truck falls in the production window, May 1st through October 30th, 2021 for F-150 tests, you want that engine cycle test completed and documented before another mile. If your truck passes the test, you get the 10-year, 150,000-mile extended warranty under Campaign 24N12. That is a meaningful protection. Use it. If you own a 2015 through 2017 with a 2.7-liter, get under the truck and look at the bottom of the engine. Oil residue around the oil pan seam is the RTV starting to let go. Have a compression test and leak down test done at your next service interval. If you are in the April 2016 to January 2017 build window and you are seeing blue smoke on cold starts, that is not normal. That is the valve guide issue surfacing. Catch it at the early symptom stage and you are replacing guides. Let it run another 30,000 miles and you are replacing cylinder heads. If you own any year of the 2.7-liter EcoBoost, change your oil at 5,000 miles with full synthetic to spec. Not because Ford says to, but because the 2022 that died at 110,000 miles was maintained better than Ford required, and it still died. The interval you choose is the only variable in this equation that you actually control. The 2.7-liter EcoBoost is a genuinely capable engine. It will serve 200,000 miles in the right hands with the right maintenance. James's truck wasn't in the wrong hands. But what happened to James's truck is not a one-off. It is a signal in a data set that has been building since 2021. And if you own one of these engines, you deserve to know what the signal says before you're the next teardown on YouTube. What year is your 2.7? Drop it below.